Tension is rising in your upper back. There's shortness of breath and knots in your stomach, all alerting you to the presence of anxiety. You lay in bed, your eyes wide open as you stare up at your ceiling. Your mind is flooded with an endless series of what ifs, drifting from one area of your life to the next. You tried praying, but it only seemed to anchor your thoughts further into panic. You allow your mind to aimlessly drift through social media images, but that too proved to be ineffective. Then, in the 11th hour, your effort turned to the well known verse for anxiety, Philippians 4 6 and 7, in which Paul posits, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." Read the text. It may not seem to impact your present reality in one bit, so read it again and again. Reciting those words will fix your mind on something other than worry. It may leave you with some troubling questions. What about extremely unfair and difficult circumstances? What if your life is in danger? How are you not supposed to be anxious in every situation? After all, Paul did not say, try not to be anxious. Just do your best not to be overcome, with anxiety. No. He gave a straightforward command. Paul was just not entertaining pity parties or reasons why there should be a caveat to what he wrote. He simply said, do not be anxious. Maybe you have been left with some unanswered questions pertaining to Paul's command. The word anxiety means to be pulled apart in many directions, leaving a person divided and distracted. Life's circumstances have a way of doing this to all of us, and anxiety seems like a natural response. Here in Philippians, however, Paul is saying we can make a conscious decision not to be that way. He is saying we can choose to do something when anxious thoughts occur. Although he left us with no easy way out, he did tell us what we should replace our anxiety with. Instead of being anxious in every situation, we are to pray, petition, and thankfully present our request to God. Although difficult to do when we feel anxiety in our bodies, we are to rephrase our anxious thoughts as prayers with thanksgiving. If your anxious thought is you are worried about a loss of income, choose to cast that anxious thought to God by praying, God, thank you for being my provider. You are more than capable of meeting my every need. I believe you are able to direct me to a new source of income for my family, and I ask that in the meantime, you would provide for my needs. Rephrasing our words so that they are in line with Philippians 4 6 and 7 is an act of faith. Choosing to pray like this forces us to intentionally place our faith in God, whom we cannot see, rather than our circumstances, which are often overwhelmingly visible. Although this may be difficult to do as believers, we have not been given an option. This is how we have been commanded to deal with anxiety. We are to govern our lives in this way, so that even if God chooses not to answer our prayers the way we think He should, we know for a fact that He still loves us immensely and is intimately concerned about the details, every detail of our lives. What anxious thoughts are robbing you of your experience of God's peace? Think of what is making you anxious and decide right now to stop and pray. Casting that anxiety to the Lord, give your worries over to Him today and allow His peace to guard your heart and mind, in Christ Jesus. Give it over to Jesus. The anxieties, the worry, the fear, whatever it is, God is more than able to meet us at the point of our need. Let us give it to Him. And in return, He is going to exchange our anxiety with His peace, a peace that the world cannot give. Exchange your anxiety today and receive God's peace. Blessings.